afternoon. I'm Perry Rashad Watson, and I'll be your host today. I'm a peer advocate with Grand Boulevard Community Services. I'm here along with William, who's an active member in our Grand Boulevard Community Services team. And we're a nonprofit. Our mission is to prevent the underage drinking in our community and drug usage. So William, I know you for quite some time, and you're a very knowledgeable man. I mean, very active in your kids' school, in the community, and within the community, which is something that we need more on a daily basis. So, as far as what goes on in the community, as far as the violence, the drug usage, underage alcoholism, what do you have to say about that as of right now?
Well, I think that, well, anyway, hello, how you doing this afternoon?
How you doing?
Good.
Good.
I think that it's getting, I think the drugs and the alcohol, it's a little bit under control with the kids I see because they are the ones still in school and still trying to be on the right path.
Right.
But I think the violence is beginning to take its toll and have adverse effect on some of the kids that would force them to cope with what's going on by maybe turning to drugs or alcohol. So I think it's a direct coordination of that.
Most definitely. And as far as to help our community kind of grow from the turning into the drugs, what is a way that you feel as though would be effective? And how can we do that from the kids that are in the community that want to or needs to kind of detour from their life?
Right.
What are some tactics that you think?
I think that people always say about keeping them busy, which is a very good tactic and a very good thing. But I think having people like yourself who are in the community talking to the younger kids, they feel more comfortable and more relaxed. I've seen them when you interact with the 8th graders at the one school and some of the freshmen at a different school, how they open up and really talk to you about what was really going on, where they might not open up to adults. But I know that they do want to talk. You just got to be the right person to help pull it out.
Most definitely. And in almost all cases, I feel as though that is very effective. Coming from somebody that is a part of them, to tell them that that's not cool, that's lame, actually, like kind of flip the script, because they thinking lame is going to school and being about your books and your academics, when really it's the other way around. Like you destroying your brain, and it's not even fully grown yet. And basically coming from somebody that's a part of them, saying that what they're doing is lame, what kind of gets them like, okay, you're a part of me, and you saying what I'm doing, which I think what is cool, is actually, lame. I hate to kind of put it in that type of terminology, but if we flip the script on them, then I feel as though that's a more effective way, coming from somebody that's a part of, that's a peer to them.
Right. No, I totally agree. It's, they get lost in the younger years, and so each year it seems like we have to go and catch them kind of younger, now 6th, 7th, and 8th graders for sure, and molding them to being the right type of person and citizen on the right path for high school. So we have to start getting them prepared much younger than we used to.
Most definitely. We have an event that's coming up with a school in our community, which is coming up June the 2nd, correct? Yes,
it's going to be. It's the Perspective Charter School chains of school. They have an annual Peace March, and on their Peace March, they'll be marching down State Street from around, I think, 22nd Street to 35th Street for peace, and having a peace rally on that day, Friday, June 2nd. And if you in the neighborhood and want to come out and march with the students and the parents in the community, again, that will kick off at 22nd Street and State Street, and head down State Street all the way to 35th Street, starting at around 9 a.m.
Right. Thank you for that. And it's definitely something that we need within the community. I feel as though that kind of brings our communities together and to do something positive. And if you want to join us, get in contact with us. First of all, if you want to call in, you can call in at 312-738-1060. Again, 312-738-1060. If you want to get in contact with Grand Boulevard Prevention Services, you can email us at gbps2016@gmail.com. Phone number 312-588-3868. So yeah, so I definitely agree on the kind of tactics on how we can actually attack this epidemic. I feel as though once it starts with one community, it can spread on
yes,
to other communities. And I have a clip that I want to kind of show and kind of let our audience know how it is for high schoolers, because they starting young. Nowadays, it's even kind of younger that they're starting to do drugs and being exposed to drugs and alcohol. And I kind of want to show a clip of a high schooler that kind of, is into that life of using drugs. So we're going to get right to that.
okay.
I'm 14. I started smoking when I was maybe 12 because my friend, he just introduced me when I was in 5th grade. So it's pretty new to me, but I get high pretty much, every single day. Like, I started smoking much more in the summer. So when I was a kid, I didn't smoke as much, but now I'm smoking a lot. And I can tell there's like some problems with me. Like, I used to be really interested in school, but now I just want to get away from there. I just like ditch school more. I'm having more like problems in school. I'm not focused that well. Just like the schoolwork just seems out of it. I used to be a really good student, getting like A's and B's, but now I'm noticing I'm getting F's and D's. So it does affect you. Sometimes it affects you in learning, because like I just come down here all day just smoking, so I'm not really in school doing much. And I need to stop too, but it's fun doing it. It's fun smoking.
It's like freshman stopped something in December.
So there you have it. You kind of got a perspective from a teen himself who's actually doing drugs on a daily basis, and he's explaining that it's affecting him academically, but he's choosing, the fun over business, basically, because that's what's going to determine, that's going to set you up. Your academics is setting you up for your future.
Right. No, you're right. Academics do set you up for your future, and unfortunately, you have to have some smarts about yourself to be able to be successful and make a way for yourself and probably for your family. And I think that us parents, especially younger parents, need to take ownership of their kids and work with them more to let them see the struggle, if they had a struggle, and how to keep from falling in the same footsteps like them.
Right.
Is to go ahead and at least get your education, pass a certain day, find some passion that's going to make you happy about life, and then go for it.
Okay. And that's another good tactic. Do you is that the things that you do with your kids in terms of keeping them kind of away? Because it starts at home.
It starts at home. I don't want to say I rule with a heavy hand, but education is something that's very important, and we instill that in the kids at a young age. So right now, all of them are doing quite well and moving through their lower grades, and now I got a new one going to college and a new one going to high school this year. So I'm going to have to stay on them a little more to make sure. But keeping them active, not giving them the opportunity to just hang out, and really don't give them the opportunity not to have the idea not to do nothing. If you're not going to do nothing, you're going to do it in the house, so where somebody's keeping an eye on you, so you won't do something that might have an adverse effect on you.
Right, most definitely. And I feel as though having a father in the house is very, very important. And that's also another problem that we have within our community, where the dads aren't present, the dads aren't there. And I feel like having a dad in the vicinity, in your home, it definitely has a different, like, you kind of tell the difference from kids who grew up with their father and kids who didn't. So it definitely has a huge effect on our kids and what they're doing. Because a lot of times, if, males, for example, if they grow up without a male figure that's really teaching them or guiding them or really just on them about the things to do in life, the mother can't, get that message out as much as a male.
Right.
As much as a male can. And I believe that's a huge problem. Like I said, it starts at home and how, that goes into how your family is structured. So if your father is not there, you're kind of more at risk into, getting into the drugs and the alcohol usage and all that in the community because there's no one there to tell you not to. Your mother can, after the fact, you start doing it and using it, but it's not as powerful coming from a male figure to a male. For same thing, I feel like both genders need both parents, to be honest, but I feel as though it's more of a problem when it's a male,
just a female,
a male, a female in the house, and a male not there to kind of guide another male, their own male son.
Right. Well, that's one of the good things that I joined the Grand Boulevard Prevention Services and the GBC is because they have partnered with a lot of different mentoring programs that in the next couple of weeks we'll probably bring a guest on to have some male role models that can help in the different communities and in our community of the Bronzeville community in the Boulevard area. We just need people to call in and reach out and say they have these issues, and then we have positive male role models that can spend time with the kids once a week or whatever and talk to them and just sometimes kids just need a hug.
Right. And just to know that somebody is there to care, because a lot of times that's also another factor coming from home. Just we need that. We need to show our kids some love and actually guide them through life, because them doing it by themselves is not.
It's
you
hard.
see what it's doing.
Right.
You see what it's doing. We have a whole nother epidemic of drug usage and alcoholism going on amongst our youth, and this is the product of that, basically.
True.
So back to the event that's going on at the school within the community, June 2nd. Could you tell me, is there any specific activities and things that's going on as far as the event?
Well, right now we're still putting everything in the planning stages. We know on that day, the march starting at 9 o'clock from 22nd and State down to 35th and State. Once they get to 35th and State, the prospective charter school Math and Science Academy, they have a field in front of their school, and there all the youth will be kind of dumping in there, and there we'll have a stage, and we're having a 3-hour summit where some of the kids are going to show their talent and come on stage and perform spoken word. We'll have dignitaries and politicians from the community to speak, clergymen speaking, and just having fun. We're having food trucks to come up and help so the kids can have a nice lunch and play music and just let them blow off a little steam and give them a proper send-off for summer, but in the proper mind that we'll have provision and resources there for them to understand about jobs for summer, places to go and get their education on, places to go play ball and stuff like that. So we'll have, as we get closer and closer in the next couple of Fridays, I'll bring more information about it.
All right, cool. You mentioned the summer, to send them off. It's a great send off as far as the summer. Can we kind of talk about that for a minute, as far as how the summer goes, and as far as the kids, the youth not having anything to do for the summer for the most part?
Sure. Well, it's according to the age range. Usually in the summertime, Chicago Park District has a great program where it's not very expensive that you got to run and make sure you sign your kids up for it. But they pretty much have the kids the length of a day like they're in school, especially for us parents who work all day long and need a place to put our kids. The library is going to have a couple of programs where they're having kids to read books and do math and technology. And of course, there's a host of sports camps. So there is really a lot of stuff to do. It's just how the parent can either afford it or not afford it. A lot of stuff is free or you have to pay for it. But you just have to have a mentality that I treat my kids during the summer as if they're in school. We get up at the same time and you get your chores and stuff done, but you go to class and you do the things that you have to go ahead and do.
All right. As far as, contacting us, Grand Boulevard Prevention Services, you can reach us on the email gbps2016@gmail.com, phone number 312-588-3868. And there it is. You call in 312-738-1060. Again, 312-738-1060. So William, it's definitely been I'm liking what it's going. As far as the conversation, we kind of digging deep into what's going on within our community.
Yes.
And solutions. That's the biggest thing, is solutions to all our problems. And we need it. We definitely need the solutions to be able to last, and the solutions to be able to be within our community. But we have so much more than just the youth. Like, I feel like it goes outside of the youth as far as our community. Like, the youth isn't responsible for everything.
No, I think that you're right. It's not that the youth is responsible, but I think, in my opinion, the way parents are interacting with their kids need to be really looked at. And I think that maybe down the road we need to have some. I've been seeing a lot of it on TV, just parenting classes. So for young parents to know what it takes to not have the child, what it takes to raise their child to get them to a certain point in their life.
Right, most definitely. As far as resources within our community, there is not a lot of resources, and that plays a part in what the kids do, because with no resources, there's no jobs. And summer jobs are great, but I mean jobs that will be, outside of the summer, some to actually have them to have some type of income.
Right.
While in the fall, in the spring, in the summer, not the summer but winter, because there's always summer jobs. And
well, there's not to talk over you. There is a big push to have summer jobs, and I know the schools that I'm a part of, they do a real big push about interning, letting the children know about different types of careers. So by interning at different places, they can see types of jobs and careers that could probably lead to something more. It's just having the opportunity for those. And I think more and more businesses need to come to the table with internships, and maybe they won't be as afraid to open their doors to let the students in.
Right, and I agree with you. Right now we have a caller. Caller, you on the air? Caller, you on the air?
Well, I guess they might have dropped off.
Yeah, I'm not sure what happened with the caller, but yeah, I definitely agree with you. Caller. Is no caller?
No caller.
Okay.
But I think that even though you do a great job, what do you do to keep yourself busy? I mean, I know you first you graduated from high school, and now you're starting your college career, and you decided to do a junior college, which is very good. And so, I mean, what do you do? Maybe you can, when I ask you to come to the schools and talk to the kids, maybe you can share some of the things that you do.
Well, it starts with wanting to change, wanting to be a better you. That's what it really starts with. Because you can't get caught up into the things that goes on around you as far as when you in school or just your community. So just kind of looking at yourself and being like, okay, I want better for myself. I want to actually be better. Like, I want to be a better person. What I'm doing right now is not, what I want to be doing. And where I'm going right now is like the kids that are using drugs and alcohol, they know that that's not going to get them far in life. So if you're using drugs and alcohol, you can't pass certain drug tests. You can't do certain, things if you're being tested and under the influence. So just want better. That's what it started with. I'm like, I want better. I don't want to be here my whole life. I want to be able to help my community, put myself in a position where I can help my community. If I'm falling within the same, realms of everyone else, in the community, that's not going to do anything for me. I won't be able to do barely anything for myself and then anything for my community to help my community. So it started with me just realizing that I wanted to be a better me. So I graduated high school, went to college. I had to really, before that, it wasn't even that easy. I had to figure out what I want to do because really, a lot of times, us youth, we just focus on the money. We focus on how we're going to get some money. And I know I didn't want to get money illegally, so I looked into some ways that I can, actually earn my money the right way. So I'm like, I can go to school, I can work. I was blessed with the opportunity to work with an organization, non-for-profit within my community.
Okay.
So that was a good blessing because I'm working towards what I want to do. I want to help my community anyway, be able to fund certain things that isn't funded within our community.
Right.
So it starts with kind of that experience. Like I'm able to get that experience right now with doing certain things, like youth talks and community cookouts, things like that, just to give back and kind of, be an inspiration and motivation to my community. So the things I do to stay busy, it starts with what you like, do what you like. I'm into music, so I like most of the time, whatever I'm doing, I'm either listening to music, making music, helping somebody make their music, and then even, it's not even just music, it don't stop at music. I like being a better me, like as far as being a businessman. I don't just listen to music, I listen to audios that's gonna help me be a better entrepreneur or a better leader.
Okay.
And I play those, I started playing those back to back, like it's a song, like it's music, because you can't listen to that one time.
No, you can't.
And understand everything. You might hear something different tomorrow than what you heard today.
Okay.
Something else. So, so that's as far as the audio. As far as school, school take up my time. As far as being active within the community, take up my time. I like to work out. If I'm not doing nothing, go to the gym, get a membership. $30 a month can get you somewhere to go, and you kind of it benefits to, just working out is so many benefits.
Right.
You can relieve stress. It's a stress reliever. You can get stronger. And it's just you feel good overall.
Well, just healthy living overall. It's
Overall,
something that
you don't even want to, destroy any of your gains by smoking. If you had a nice hard workout at the gym, it's like, I'm gonna, put all this work in just to destroy it. Like, you're gonna think twice
before you do it.
once you, kind of bettering yourself, and that's mentally, that's physically.
Okay.
So, to get back with us and contact us, Grand Boulevard Prevention Services, you can email us at the email, which is gbps2016@gmail.com. Phone number 312-588-3868. Again, email gbps2016@gmail.com. Phone number 312-588-3886. So, yeah, that's pretty much what I do to, keep myself busy.
Sounds good.
It starts with things that you like. So, we're wrapping up.
Oh, already? Time fly. But thank you for having me again. And
Any last words that you wanna say?
just listen to my man Perry here and work out and stay healthy and stay on the right path. Check this out in the next couple of weeks. I'll definitely be back on here talking more about the Peace March, and probably hopefully have some resources for parents who's looking for mentoring and stuff for their kids.
Well,
And thank you for having me.
Thank you for being a guest. You was a wonderful guest. Before we wrap up, I just want to say, yeah, it starts with being, a better you. You gotta want to be a better you. That's what it starts with. Just looking at yourself in the mirror right now and I don't want to be this for the rest of my life. So that's what it starts with. And once you look yourself in the mirror, then everything else will start making its way and connecting. All the dots will be connected. So see you next week.